Hey everyone, this is Terrence Aqua, and I'm here to discuss what I've learned about ethical leadership at SPS. So before I get into my presentation, I wanted to give everybody a brief background about myself. Currently, I will begin my last quarter here in the program, so I'll be doing my capstone over the summer. Before I came to SPS, I was an undergrad at Eastern Illinois. I graduated with a degree in corporate communications, as well as with a minor in political science and in advertising. So for the past couple of years I've been in the program, I've just been interning, trying to bulk up my resume. I've been an intern for Alderman Joe Moore, an intern for the buildings department for the city of Chicago. I've worked on a couple of political campaigns, and currently I'm an intern for the Illinois Tollway. I do EEO and ethics, so I got a little bit of background in ethics. And my career aspiration really is to get into local government. I'd love to one day become a city manager, so I've been applying to fellowships after I graduate. So that's really what I want to get into, so I'm just trying to do everything possible to get there. So moving on, I want to summarize what I'll be talking about through this presentation. So I will begin with my stance on ethics and leadership. Then I will talk about key classes in the program that have helped me try to become a better ethical person and leader. And then overall, what I've learned in the program. So, when I started this program, I felt like I didn't belong. Like, one of the key problems with myself is I felt like I could always be a good leader, but I didn't have the confidence to lead or to speak up and interject some of the ideas I have. And I felt like this was always holding me back. So when I came into the first class, I think it was MPS 500 or 501, whatever it was, I was so close from leaving the program because I felt like I didn't fit in and I felt like I couldn't contribute to any of the conversations and different class projects because I just didn't have any life experiences because I just came fresh out of college and I really didn't have any internships or anything. You know, I understand that this was a key problem for me was, confidence. Even when I was in undergrad, I felt like I'd always sit in the background when I'd have group projects and I knew I could lead, but I just didn't have the confidence. In terms of ethics, I always felt like I was an ethical person, I always believed in karma and I never wanted to do anything that was wrong that would affect that or just hurt anybody else. So going into this program, I really wanted to build on my confidence and become a better leader because I know if I have that leadership, I can do anything, but it's still a work in progress. But hopefully by the time I'm done, I'll have the tools to become a better leader. So, in some of the key classes, I felt like it really helped me become a better leader. Like local government, I really love this class because I felt like it put me in contact with real local government leaders that had the confidence and the ability to become political officers. In this class, we were introduced to many city managers and elected officials, and they talked about everything they were doing to make their community a better place. And I love that. And I felt like seeing these people and being able to talk one-on-one with them really helped me build my confidence and to overcome any fears I had. And back in undergrad, I always felt like I took classes that I wasn't, interested in. And this was the first class where I felt, man, like I'm actually liking what I'm learning. And so it was so easy for me to pay attention and to take all the advice that was given to me by the professor and the guest speakers we had. So after that, another key class for me was my study abroad trip in Curitiba, Brazil. Here, I really love this because I was surrounded by amazing colleagues and students that really had the same passion for public service that I had. And going to Brazil, we were able to see the good and bad of the world. If you look at the picture, like it's just so amazing how much the city could do with so little. And I just love talking to all the people there because these people that were elected officials seem like strong individuals that really wanted to create change. And through their passion, they were able to put together such a beautiful city. It was the best experience of my life because for so long I always talked about going and traveling, and one day I just decided like I really needed this to really round out my educational career. So here are a couple pictures here. Like this is just another amazing shot of the beauty of Brazil. And you know going to Brazil, I understood that it wasn't always going to be all easy and fun. I also felt that this trip gave me an opportunity to talk to some of my colleagues at DePaul. When I go to school, I just usually just keep my head down, just go to class, and rarely interact with any of my classmates because, like I said, I felt like I really didn't have too much in common. But on this trip, I found that to be far from the truth. We all had so much in common, and a lot of people had some of the same career aspirations. Some of them being much older than me, like I was able to really, you know, get some mentors out of this trip and see what they were doing in life so I can eventually get to the same places that they are currently in. So it was so cool to just dissect people's, minds and see what type of career paths they took to get to their current standing. So I just had so much fun. And then, Brazil, of course, isn't all fun and games. We also learn the unethical practices that can lead to such, travesties like this. Seeing favelas like this was so common, and we learned that, some people in Brazil take advantage of the weak and leave them with nothing to deal with. So in Chicago, we all know how unethical things can get here. So it was just, a harsh reality that, some of the same things take place over there as well. But we talked to, some of the favela leaders, and it was cool to see how, strong they wanted to create change. They were asking us for our suggestions and just different things they can do to better their cities, and I was so happy to contribute in any possible way. So the next class that I felt like kind of helped me was actually this class. For a long time, I thought, this was going to be, a quick blowout class and I wouldn't really learn anything, but I found that to be far from the truth. The last section we did about moral exemplars really hit me hard because I was going through some of the things that a moral exemplar, has, some of the traits, and I found myself to lack a couple of them. Some of the key traits were optimism. I find myself being a pure pessimist, and I know if I ever wanted to be a leader, especially a city manager, you have to have a positive outlook on life, but I don't know why and how I started to develop those type of thoughts, but it was just, an eye opener for me. Another couple of traits they had were to be, positive and to be certain, and I really have to work on that. And this class really, opens your eyes to things you lack in yourself that you should be trying to get. So, I'm thankful for this class, and I'm still, there's still a couple of weeks left, and I still know that there's a couple of things I must work on before I can even become the type of person or leader I want to be. And in terms of ethics, I think, the professor does a great job of preaching the importance of ethics because, we've all seen what unethical practices can do to an organization and, city. So I'm just, catching up on a lot of reading, seeing what I need to do to become a better person. But still, as I've been saying throughout the whole presentation, there's a lot of work that still has to be done. So, in conclusion, I now understand what weaknesses I have to work on before I can become a public officer. I feel like I've been saying, this class revealed a whole lot of weaknesses in my personality that I really need to work on. And to be a leader, you have to be confident. And I don't know why I don't have that trait right now, because everything I'm doing in my life right now is, the right way. I'm doing everything the right way. But in order to have people believe in you and follow you, you have to be able to know what you're doing and have confidence in what you're doing. And so I have to continue to work on that. But also, I have to learn not to just focus on the negatives that I have in my life. Like, I've accomplished a whole lot of stuff that I sometimes just don't pay attention to. Like, I remember I never even considered going to grad school nor college. In high school, I had like a 1.9, and I don't know how I turned it around. And now I'm, 2, 3 months away from graduating. I even remember starting, the program and looking at some of these classes like the research methods 1 and 2 and the government finance and economics, like how I'm gonna pass this, because I've never been good at math, nor I've ever been great at school, but I have, over a 3.0 GPA in grad school and undergrad, so I gotta learn to draw the strengths of my accomplishments to create more confidence for myself. And lastly, I have to remember that an ethical leader is not built in a day. It's going to take a long process, and it only comes from getting older and experiencing more situations in my life. Without, different situations, I don't know how I'm going to act to them. But I know that through the readings and through my life experiences in the program, I'm more able to confront these issues in the right way. So all I can hope is, if I ever get the opportunity to work in a local government, that I have the tools necessary to be a great leader and a great person. Because I always know I'm going to be a great ethical person, but I really need that leadership skills. So once again, thank you guys for listening. I really put everything out there. Uh, you guys take care, and I look forward to seeing your guys' presentations later.